I wore Badger red because the Badger football team, although losing a close game in Indianapolis against Penn State, had a wonderful, wonderful year. Nobody thought the Badgers would win 10 games, which they did. They only lost in overtime to Ohio State. Could have easily won and lost by one touchdown in the Big House at Michigan, and then a cliffhanger in Indianapolis at Lucas Oil. I'll tell you right now, there have been about a handful of coaches in the history of the game that have won double-digit wins their first 2 seasons, including Fielding Yost of Michigan back at the turn of the 20th century, and Urban Meyer of Ohio State, and Jim Harbaugh of Michigan. Now, I'll tell you right now, in that list is Paul Chryst. No Wisconsin coach has ever done that. He's the first one to win 10 his first 2 years. In fact, he's been coach of the year after 2 years. The team did great. It was a great year. I'll tell you, put it in perspective. Look at Indiana fans. They've gone to the Rose Bowl since 1967. How about Minnesota fans? They've gone to the Rose Bowl since 1961. Now, the Badgers will go to the Rose Bowl this year, but they've been there numerous times in recent years. What do you really want out of your team? Obviously more than what the Badger fans had in the 60s when they didn't win a game, where the band was a bigger draw than the football team. I'll tell you what, coming from Indiana and knowing friends from Minnesota, I'll tell you what you'd love out of your team. You would like to have a team that's competitive in every game it plays, whether it's playing against Ohio State or Alabama or anybody else. Competitive. I'll tell you what, the Badgers can do that, and they do more. They win games. LSU, they won this year, and other big wins as well. Nobody thought they'd beat Michigan State at the time on the road. Obviously, it was a bad year for Michigan State, but that set the tone. No, kudos to Paul Chryst, and kudos to Wisconsin Badger football players on a great season. And those are my 2 cents. My 2 minutes are brought to you by Capital Consultants and Edge Construction. Mike Tuig and his staff can read your kitchen, your bathroom, your basement, your staircase, make your home feel just like home. And we'll talk about this tomorrow at 8 at mitchhenck.com or now madisontalkers.com. Talk to you then.